I just heard about a new side hustle using AI that not many people know about, and it's earning up to $1,650 per day using TikTok by posting trivia videos. Of course, I looked into it myself, and I was really surprised to see how quick these accounts have grown and how they're monetizing the audience. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at how it's being done. I'm going to do a live example of how it set everything up so you can see how easy it is and do it for yourself. I'm here to help you take the next step in business, so if this is the kind of content that you like to see, make sure you click the like button. Now to start things off, I'm going to go to TikTok and I'm going to search for trivia. The first thing that I see is Earthly Everest. I'll open that up in a new tab. I can see millions of views in these videos just off the initial search, and as I look at the accounts I can already see a stack of followings. Now if I look at Earthly Everest, these guys have 260k followers, they've got some good videos. If I look at these videos, there's already a lot that have reached more than 1 million. I'm curious to know when they started, so I click on this video and I can see that they started at the end of February. So that's not long at all to have the following that they do. Let's take a look at another one. So here's another one, and these guys have got 1.3 million followers. Their videos aren't doing as well as the other guys, but they've been doing it for longer, and they've tried a whole bunch of different trivia questions. Now in any business, when I'm looking at an opportunity, I want to know what the end goal is. What is the final product, or how do you monetize this business? So I'll go back to Earthly Everest, and I'll look at their link tree, and their link tree takes me to a Temu referral website. As they're selling affiliates, that means that every time someone signs up for Temu, they get a little commission. That's a really good way to make money. Let's take a look at Quiz Extreme. Now Quiz Extreme have done something a little more related to the audience, and I think that's a better idea. They've actually created some digital cards. So look at these cards here. I'm curious to know whether these are physical or digital. Now look at this. These guys are actually selling digital products. These are for digital download. They're trivia cards, which I think is really well suited to the audience. If I click through this link, I can see $3.89. It's a digital download. Instead of needing to worry about printing, now you have a digital card, and it's really well suited for the audience because they've shown they like trivia. Now you're giving them a way to enjoy trivia wherever they go. And we can definitely do way more than just trivia cards in the trivia niche. So I just asked ChatGPT what kind of things we could sell to an audience that likes trivia. ChatGPT has suggested trivia games, trivia books, themed merchandise, online trivia events, and I like some of these suggestions. Trivia games, we've already seen that works. A trivia book is actually a really good idea because we can create a little book and people can take it with them when they're traveling long distances. The merchandise I think has potential, but let's not worry about that right now. The subscription service interests me because that's recurring revenue, and that's something pretty easy to put together. The education materials I think could work really well. When you're seeing trends about the knowledge that people lack, you could create an informational product about that specific information. The other thing I really like here is the trivia events. So maybe you could create a webinar where people tune in live and there's a prize, and it's going to build up a lot of hype for these events. You could even charge an admission fee to have people participate. Another way that you can monetize your audience is through TikTok's Creator Reward program. You need to be at least 18, have at least 10,000 followers, and at least 100,000 views in the last 30 days. And what TikTok's trying to do with this program is to push longer content. If I look at the times for these videos, you can see that they're just over 1 minute long because they're trying to compete with platforms like YouTube. And from what I've seen, TikTok is willing to pay anywhere between 50 cents to $1 per 1,000 views on your TikTok videos. So if we do a quick calculation, and I'll use Earthly Everest, I'm going to use this social media quiz video with 3.3 million views as an example. If I put in 3.3 million views into the calculator, and then I divide by 1,000 because you get paid for every 1,000 views, and I multiply that by 50 cents, I get $1,650 per day. And that's just assuming that you make one per day. You can easily make more once I show you how easy it is. What makes this business even better is that this is all done through Canva, ChatGPT, and TikTok, all of which are free. I'm going to admit that when I went through the numbers and when I looked at this opportunity, I was really tempted by this business. It looks like a really fun business to do. You have to weigh up whether you've started a business or not and whether this is a better opportunity than what you're currently doing. I've tried a lot of businesses in my time. Getting shiny object syndrome is a real thing. Now that we got all that sorted, I'm gonna let you take a back seat so you can see my thought process as I set this up, and in the end, if you like what I've set up, you can do exactly the same thing. Now let's get into how I'd start this business, and hopefully that helps you to feel more confident to do this yourself. Let's start with ChatGPT. I like to come up with business names, so let's ask ChatGPT to come up with some business names. I want to stress that this is where beginners get stuck a lot, is on business names and logos, when really this is such a small part of the business itself. Going through this list, I actually really like Trivia Trove, I like Trivia Quest, and I like Trivia Pulse. And I'll probably go with Trivia Trove just because it sounds catchy, and to me it sounds appealing. Let's go over to Canva, let's create a quick logo, and we'll come right back with the trivia questions. Now in Canva, you want to create a design, and you want to create a logo. Then Canva is going to offer you a bunch of templates. You don't have to think about it too hard. I actually really like this color logo that came up, so I'll take a closer look at that. I like these colors. I'm going to set it up for Trivia Trove, and let's see how it looks. Okay, there we go, Trivia Trove. I didn't spend too long on that. It took me a couple minutes to put this together. And honestly, we can come back to this if we ever want to change the name or the logo. But like I said, this is such a small part of the business. Think about someone like Mr. Beast. It's such a random name. People all talk about Mr. Beast because of the content that he makes, not because of his business logo. Now the next part is to look at what kind of trivia questions we could do. My default thought is, are there any trivias that are based on business? Because that's what I'm interested in. And looking through the search results, it doesn't look like many people have done much in business. That's not to say that there's not an opportunity, but when you're starting a business, you want to verify that there is a market before you create an opportunity, rather than the other way around, because it's a lot harder to create demand than it is to supply the demand. So unfortunately, business is out. Let's go back and see if there are any popular themes in the videos. So as I look through Earthly Everest, the name even suggests that there's stuff to do with geography. And as I look through some of their top videos, I can see world maps and the globe. So I feel pretty comfortable to create something in the geography space. Let's watch one of these videos to see how they're actually capturing attention. So we have one with a flag. There's another one with scrambled countries. I kind of like this one because you have to guess the country from the 2 letters. I think there's just enough information to keep people interested in the video. So let's give this a try. If you're doing this yourself, you can either come up with the countries or you can just use ChatGPT. In this case, I'm going to use ChatGPT so you get an idea of how I interact. So I asked ChatGPT for 12 countries. It did really well to give me 12 countries, and I feel like maybe that's a little too easy, so I'm going to sprinkle in a couple harder ones. I asked ChatGPT to give me a couple harder countries. Let's do a mixture of these 2 lists to make our video. Next, what we do is we go to create a design, and this time we're going to mobile video. The resolution for TikTok videos is 1080 by 1920. So again, we go to design and we look for a template that we like. I'm going to look up trivia. I don't actually like any of them and they're pretty different to what I was looking for. So I'm just going to create my own design. So first I'm going to start off with the text. I've got a paid subscription, so I have this brand kit, but you can easily pick some text that you like. I'm going to start by calling this countries. I'm going to have a little box behind it, and then I'm going to list out 1 to 12. Have this on the side. I'm going to start with something like that. I want to see if they have a timer as well. So I'll go to the elements and I'll look for timer, and I want a video. This looks pretty good. So I'm going to use this. What's pretty cool about Canva is that you can remove backgrounds. So I like this. I'm going to go edit. I'm going to remove the background. I'm also going to trim it so it's 5 seconds long, as you can see there. And then now we get a nice picture. Now I'll just look for Brazil, look at photos, and I like this one here. I'm gonna have that in the background. Now I can't really see the text, so I'm gonna change the text. I'm gonna add an effect. I'm gonna add an outline, and the outline is gonna be black, and then I'll make the insides white. That looks a bit better. I'm gonna thicken that up as well. That's a bit easier to see. I might make the text a bit bigger. Okay, so something like that. I might change this color. I don't like the yellow. So as I play that, that looks pretty nice. And so then the next part is you can add some animations. So I'll just go to animate. I'll have the word slide in. I might also make the background pop. And let's take a look. That's pretty clean. Now I'll just duplicate this page so that I've got 12 pages. Each are going to be 5 seconds. And I might add a little intro slide. So I've now added all the slides with the different countries to explain what the trivia is. And now you've got the timer going off. Another thing a lot of these videos have is AI. When you're first starting out, just use the free apps. I signed up for AI voiceover. I get 500 free characters before I have to pay. So I'm going to create my first audio. I typed in, can you guess these countries? So I had it on medium speed, but you can speed it up or slow it down depending on how easy it is to understand. And let's take a look at how it looks. So we go through each country, and as you get the answer, you then go to the next question. Once you're happy with the video, you're going to click on share and then download. You want to download the MP4. And when you click download, it's going to download all slides. The next step is to add some music from TikTok when you upload your video and start to post more and more videos. I really want to emphasize that you should give it at least a week before you start to doubt anything. It's going to take at least a few days to understand TikTok, understand when to post, what videos are going to work, and how to improve your videos. With any of these businesses, there's no magic pill, and with time, you will be successful. Now, as you continue to post, you're going to build up an audience. Once you pass 1,000 followers, you're going to be able to add a link and start monetizing the audience. Have a think about some of the product ideas that I'd mentioned. And if this is the kind of content that you like, I actually have a newsletter that helps you take the next step in your business. It's a free newsletter, and when you subscribe, you'll get 17 tested side hustles that you can start straight away to build your business empire. Cheers.